If you've ever wondered how people kept track of days when the world around them collapsed, you're in the right place. Welcome back to The Prepper Historian, where we dig deep into history to uncover lessons you can use in the present. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our weekly insights into survival, history, and human resilience. Today, we're going to explore a topic most people overlook: how civilians tracked time when clocks stopped being reliable, schedules vanished, and life became a series of survival decisions. This isn't just history for historians, it's knowledge you can apply if society ever falters again. People relied on the sun and natural cues to measure time. Before watches and smartphones dominated daily life, civilians often turned to the most consistent clock they had: the sun. Sunrise, sunset, and the changing angles of shadows became critical markers for structuring the day. During wartime blackouts, people learned to estimate hours by the length and direction of light filtering through cracks in their shelters or curtained windows. Farmers, in particular, remained attuned to seasonal daylight changes to plan planting and harvesting, but even city dwellers adapted by observing light patterns. Today, prepping enthusiasts can replicate this by learning how to read shadows or use a simple stick and the sun to tell approximate time without technology. It's an ancient skill that can keep your schedule aligned even if digital devices fail. People used daily routines as a way to track time. When formal markers like bells, trains, or school schedules disappeared, civilians turned to predictable daily routines. Meals, chores, and work cycles became natural clocks. In occupied Europe during World War II, for instance, civilians often tracked time by the cadence of nearby factories or the delivery schedule of rationed goods. Even minor repetitive actions, like fetching water or tending a fire, became temporal anchors. For modern preppers, the lesson is clear. Structure your day around tasks. Morning routines, midday maintenance, and evening preparation can create a reliable sense of passage even without watches or electricity. If you practice this regularly, you'll notice you can gauge hours almost instinctively, which can be crucial when planning for survival or emergency operations. People observed nature to know the time of year and day. Beyond hours, civilians also needed to track days and seasons. Nature provided critical cues. Migrating birds, the blooming or shedding of specific plants, and the phases of the moon became natural calendars. During prolonged crises, these markers helped civilians anticipate food availability, weather shifts, and safe periods for travel. For instance, a prepper in a survival situation today could monitor local plant life or insect activity to determine planting times, hunting opportunities, or potential storm seasons. Keeping a simple log of these observations can act as a personal calendar when all conventional tools fail. This practice reconnects you with natural rhythms and strengthens your situational awareness. People used improvised tools to mark the passage of time. In situations where life became chaotic, civilians often improvised tools to track days. Prisoners in camps scratched marks into walls, stacked stones, or tied knots in ropes to count time. In besieged cities, ration distribution served as temporal checkpoints, with each collection day acting as a living calendar. Modern preppers can learn from this by keeping journals, tally marks, or even using objects to track critical cycles like medication, food rations, or battery use. Creating a physical record of time not only helps maintain a sense of normalcy, but can also be critical in survival planning and mental health during extended crises. People coordinated with community signals to maintain social time. Timekeeping wasn't always solitary. Communities often shared temporal information. In towns without electricity, church bells, market calls, or whistle signals helped synchronize daily life. During wartime, radio broadcasts, neighborhood watch signals, or even the rotation of street patrols became markers of time and order. Today, learning to coordinate with a group, even in small survival networks, can provide structure when individual methods fail. Establish a routine of agreed-upon signals, like lighting a fire at a set hour or scheduled check-ins, which can act as a temporal backbone for the group. This practice ensures that even in chaos, social cohesion and timing remain intact. People adapted to irregular conditions to maintain time awareness. Perhaps the most critical lesson from history is how civilians adapted to extreme unpredictability. Bombing raids, curfews, or food shortages forced people to measure time flexibly, using both natural and improvised indicators. Some tracked the rhythm of human activity, footsteps, conversations, or even the sound of trains in the distance. Others noted environmental changes like tides, wind shifts, or animal behavior. For today's prepper, practicing time estimation under irregular conditions is invaluable. Try tracking hours without clocks, observing patterns in nature, and combining them with task-based schedules. This exercise develops intuition for timing, which is crucial when modern conveniences are gone. Applying these lessons in modern preparedness planning. By studying how civilians historically tracked time, you can incorporate these techniques into your preparedness strategy. Practice reading shadows, using routine tasks as temporal markers, keeping simple logs, and coordinating with your network. Even under normal conditions, these methods improve situational awareness, discipline, and mental resilience. In emergencies, you'll already have the tools to structure your day, anticipate resources, and maintain a sense of continuity, a psychological advantage as vital as any physical preparation. Keeping track of time in disrupted life is more than a historical curiosity. It's a skill that builds self-reliance. Start small, observe nature, maintain your own daily signals, and practice improvising when technology fails. Each step strengthens your ability to survive, adapt, and thrive in unpredictable conditions. Thank you for following along on The Prepper Historian. If you found this guide valuable, subscribe now and share it with fellow history buffs and survivalists. Tracking time when normal life disappears isn't just history. It's a lesson in resilience, ingenuity, and human adaptability.